we're going to talk about calculating probabilities for the standard normal distribution. And we're going to start off by talking about when we have areas that go to the left. What we're going to be asked is something that looks like this. What is the probability that a z-value is less than some number, like say 1? And what that really means is, what's the probability of getting a z-value less than 1? Again, we're going to call this x-axis here a z-axis, because as we'll see in just a little bit, what we're really going to use to calculate the number that we're interested in is a z-score. And we talked about z-scores way back in the first unit. So we're looking for the probability that z is less than 1. So remember, probability is really an area under the curve. We're looking at what is the area under this curve to the left of the number 1. Remember, 0 was right here in the middle. We want to calculate that area. And it may look like something where you go, my goodness, that's not one of the shapes I knew from geometry. This is some weird curve. It's not a circle, it's not a parabola, it's not a square, it's not a rectangle. It's not anything that we've used before. And to be honest, it's not that easy to calculate that by hand. But luckily, we have our calculators. Our calculators, if you're using a TI-83 or 84, what you can use is the command normal CDF. And this command is a command that you'll be able to find in one of our other videos on how to use the calculator. You select normal CDF, and then there'll be an open parentheses, and then you will select, for the first thing here, you will select the leftmost side of your interval. When you're selecting the leftmost side of the interval, well, you'd like to go to negative infinity, but there isn't a negative infinity button on your calculator. So it's usually recommended to pick just a really big negative number. Your book will often recommend the number -9999. So that's just basically our negative infinity. And what we're trying to do is to describe the interval here for our z values. We're going from negative infinity up to 1. And we can close parentheses here. If your calculator has that menuing system, you will also have to include the fact that the left is -9999, the right is 1, that the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1 to get this calculation. And if you do this calculation, you will find, let's just grab a calculator real quick and do this. You get normal CDF, -9999, comma, 1, and it gives you a value, 0.8413. So this is what you would do if you were using the calculator, and it's that easy. What you're really saying is that there was an 84.13% chance that the number that you pick, if you randomly pick something from this distribution, that the number you pick will have a value that is less than 1.